Your energy is not infinite. It's not a renewable resource that exists for the world to borrow whenever someone feels like it. It's precious. It's yours. And the moment you hand it over to someone who doesn't respect it, who doesn't recognize it, who treats it casually, is the moment you start giving pieces of yourself away for nothing. So many women think that love is about endurance, about patience, about waiting long enough for someone to finally get it. But that's not love, that's depletion. That's the slow erosion of your confidence, your joy, your self-worth. Energy is the currency of your life, and when you spend it on someone who treats you casually, you are undervaluing yourself more than they ever could. Every time you explain yourself, every time you justify your feelings, every time you stay late on a text or rush to respond to a call, you are investing energy that is not being returned. And here's the truth: he doesn't need it. He doesn't notice it, and the more you give, the less he respects it. You've probably been in situations where you thought, if I just show him more care, more patience, more love, he'll finally see me. But notice how it never works that way. When someone treats you casually, they are sending a clear message about what they value. And the first step in reclaiming your power is recognizing that energy given to indifference is wasted energy. It's like watering a dead plant. It's not going to grow, no matter how much you pour into it. Energy is not just about time. It's about emotional bandwidth. It's about mental space. Every thought you dedicate to him when he's not committed, every worry, every attempt to make him understand your value, every sleepless night spent overthinking his actions, these are all withdrawals from your account of self-worth. And here's the catch. Unlike money, energy doesn't come back once it's gone. You cannot rewind a moment of emotional investment. You cannot get back hours spent explaining yourself. You cannot recover the part of you that started believing that casual treatment was acceptable. So if you want to step into the kind of power that changes your life, the first step is to stop giving what is sacred to someone who cannot honor it. Imagine for a moment what would happen if you redirected all that energy. Imagine if, instead of wondering why he hasn't called, why he hasn't noticed, why he doesn't prioritize you, you focused on the things that elevate your life. Your energy becomes your compass, guiding you toward people, experiences, and opportunities that reflect your true value. When you stop giving it away to someone who treats you casually, you are not just setting a boundary, you are creating space for something better, something aligned with who you are and what you deserve. It's not always easy. Our instincts are designed to hope, to forgive, to over-explain. Our culture tells women that persistence is a virtue, that patience will eventually be rewarded. But persistence with someone who doesn't care is self-sabotage. Energy given to casual treatment is a loan that will never be repaid, and every time you give it away, you are teaching him, consciously or unconsciously, that your presence, your love, your attention can be taken lightly. The moment you recognize this pattern is the moment you reclaim control. It's not about punishing him. It's about protecting yourself. It's about saying, I will not dilute my worth to fit into your indifference. This is where emotional intelligence meets strategy. To stop giving your energy to someone who doesn't value it, you must first identify the patterns. How often does he cancel plans? How often does he ghost you for days without explanation? How often does he take your attention for granted? These are not minor details, they are signals. They are the language of his intentions. And once you understand this, once you truly see the truth of his behavior, you can stop rationalizing, stop excusing, and stop feeding energy into a situation that will never honor it. Think about the subtle ways energy leaks away in casual relationships. A casual text that demands immediate attention. A late-night call that comes when it's convenient for him but disrupts your schedule. A promise made and broken. A compliment given only to manipulate. All of these moments require emotional labor, mental space, and time. And each one chips away at your reservoir until you are running on empty. The irony is that many women do this out of care, out of love, out of hope that he will change, but he won't. People show you who they are, and when he treats you casually, he is showing you exactly who he is. Your responsibility is not to fix him. Your responsibility is to protect your energy. Stopping the flow of energy is not about cruelty or revenge. It's about self-respect. It's about creating a reality where your energy is spent on what actually matters. You are teaching yourself first and foremost that your time, your attention, and your love are valuable. When you withhold your energy from someone who doesn't deserve it, you are sending a message: I will not participate in my own diminishment. I will not sacrifice my vitality for casual attention. And that message resonates far beyond the relationship itself. It affects how you approach friendships, career opportunities, and life decisions. Energy that is protected is energy that empowers you. Let's be clear, this is not a one-time decision. This is a daily practice. Each time you feel the urge to respond immediately, to explain why he hasn't reached out, to adjust your life around his convenience, you're being tested. Every casual remark he makes, every moment of indifference, is an invitation to either give your energy or protect it. The stronger you become in holding that boundary, the clearer the signals you send, not just to him, but to yourself. You are retraining your instincts. You are rewiring your habits. You are teaching your mind and your heart to value what is truly valuable and to refuse what is not. When you stop giving energy to someone who doesn't value it, an incredible transformation begins. Your focus sharpens. Your confidence grows. Your life expands to include experiences, people, and opportunities that reflect the care and attention you now give yourself. You begin to notice who truly deserves your energy, who reciprocates your investment, who values your presence. And this is where power lies, in the conscious choice of where your energy flows. You cannot control him, you cannot make him care, but you can control yourself, your choices, and your boundaries. Energy is also contagious. The moment you start protecting yours, you change the dynamics of every interaction. People respond differently when you are no longer available to be taken casually. Your absence becomes your leverage. Your selective presence becomes a reflection of your self-respect. And the remarkable thing is that the world begins to adjust to the value you place on yourself. Doors that were never open begin to appear. People who never noticed suddenly see the space you occupy. And for those who are treating you casually, your energy is no longer theirs to exploit, and the game changes entirely. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. It's survival. It's the key to stepping into a life of respect, power, and alignment. Each moment you reclaim your energy is a moment you reclaim yourself. Each time you resist the urge to chase, explain, or excuse, you're reinforcing the truth that you are worthy of full attention, full care, and full respect. And when you live with that principle at the center of your interactions, you create a life where casual treatment simply cannot exist because you have chosen not to allow it. If you want, I can also expand Keynote, no quarter sing. 2 next in the same detailed Jefferson Fisher style so your full speech is ready. Do you want me to do that? 2, here's the full expansion of Keynote no. 2, pull back and let him show he's willing to step up or step aside in Jefferson Fisher style. Pulling back is not passive. It is not weakness. It is not giving up. It is, in fact, one of the most powerful moves you can make in any relationship where someone is treating you casually. Because when you constantly chase, constantly explain, constantly show up for someone who doesn't fully commit, you are doing the opposite of empowering yourself. You are enabling their casual treatment. Pulling back is a declaration. It is a boundary wrapped in clarity and self-respect. It says, without a single word, I am valuable. I will not accept being taken lightly. If you want to be a part of my life, you will need to show up fully, or you will step aside. And the moment you internalize this principle, you begin to shift the entire dynamic of your interactions. This is not about playing games. It is about strategy. It is about creating a reality where your value is recognized because you refuse to dilute it. Many women fear that pulling back will push someone away. But here's the truth. If he treats you casually, he is already showing you who he is. Pulling back does not push him away. It simply removes the space that allowed casual treatment to continue unchecked. It creates a vacuum where the truth of his intentions is revealed. If he steps up, he demonstrates care, commitment, and respect. If he steps aside, he has revealed what was already there, a lack of willingness to prioritize you. Either outcome is preferable to remaining stuck in confusion and casual treatment, because in both cases, you gain clarity and power. Pulling back is also an act of self-restoration. Think about how much energy is spent on managing someone else's feelings, chasing their attention, and explaining your worth. Every message sent, every call returned, every emotional labor invested without reciprocity diminishes your vitality. By pulling back, you reclaim that energy. You begin to fill your life with people, activities, and experiences that honor you. You create mental and emotional space to reflect on what you deserve. You allow yourself the opportunity to step into environments where your value is not questioned, ignored, or minimized. Pulling back is not retreat, it is preparation for elevation. It is crucial to understand the psychology behind this move. When someone is treated casually, they often unconsciously take advantage of predictability. They rely on the certainty that you will continue to chase, continue to explain, continue to validate them, regardless of how they behave. By pulling back, you disrupt that predictability. You introduce uncertainty not for manipulation, but for alignment. You are saying, I will no longer be available to be taken for granted. If you want my presence, my attention, my care, you will need to earn it. And that disruption forces them to confront the truth of their actions. It forces them to either step up or step away. It forces them to either step up or step away. It forces them to evaluate whether they are willing to meet you where you stand, or continue walking past your worth. Pulling back also cultivates self-respect. Every time you resist the urge to chase after someone who treats you casually, you reinforce the understanding that your time, attention, and love are not commodities to be given freely to those who do not deserve them. It becomes a practice in valuing yourself above someone else's inconsistency. It becomes a lesson in understanding that your presence is not an obligation for someone else's comfort, but a privilege that should be honored. And when you master this, the shift is profound, not only in your relationship, but in how you approach life, decision-making, and personal boundaries across the board. The beauty of pulling back is that it reveals truth without confrontation. You don't need to argue, you don't need to beg, and you don't need to justify your worth. Actions reveal intentions far more clearly than words ever can. When you step back, you give him the opportunity to step up, and in doing so, you're testing the authenticity of his feelings. Casual treatment thrives in the space of unchallenged access. It cannot survive in the presence of intentional absence. Pulling back removes the scaffolding that allowed casual behavior to persist. It exposes patterns, intentions, and priorities, and in that exposure, clarity emerges. It's important to note that pulling back does not mean total withdrawal or emotional coldness. It means strategic presence. It means engaging on your terms rather than being dictated by his inconsistency. It means prioritizing your life, your goals, your peace, and your energy, and only allowing entry into your space for those who demonstrate genuine investment. You maintain dignity. You maintain self-respect. You maintain alignment with your values. And the result is not just a stronger boundary, it's a stronger you. Many women fear that pulling back will feel lonely or uncomfortable. And yes, initially, it may feel strange. There may be moments of doubt, moments of temptation to reach out, moments where old patterns of chasing resurface. But that discomfort is a sign that transformation is happening. Discomfort is the signal that you are breaking free from a habit of undervaluing yourself. Discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. Every moment you hold your ground, every pause you take before responding, every instance you allow yourself to be treated with the respect you deserve, reinforces the internal truth that your worth is not negotiable. Pulling back also has a ripple effect. The energy you reclaim fills the spaces of your life that were once overshadowed by someone else's casual behavior. You invest in friendships, career opportunities, hobbies, and personal growth. You surround yourself with people who reflect the standards you set. You cultivate a life that no longer tolerates half-hearted attention. And in that cultivation, you naturally attract what aligns with your worth, people who are consistent, invested, and intentional. Pulling back is not just a relational strategy. It is a life strategy. At its core, pulling back is about alignment. It is about creating space for what is real, what is committed, and what is worthy. It is about refusing to compromise your energy, your self-respect, or your peace for someone who treats you casually. It is about stepping into a version of yourself that recognizes that love, attention, and care should be given freely, but never to those who do not reciprocate with equal sincerity. When you pull back, you are no longer negotiating for respect. You are only accepting it on terms that honor your value. And here's the ultimate truth. Pulling back is not about controlling him. It is about controlling yourself. It is about controlling your environment, your boundaries, and your energy. It is about refusing to participate in a pattern that diminishes you. It is about creating clarity in a situation that is often clouded by hope, fear, and uncertainty. By pulling back, you force an outcome that words alone cannot achieve. He must step up or he must step aside. Your role is not to make him choose. Your role is to make your value undeniable, non-negotiable, and unmistakable. Pulling back is, in essence, a test not of him, but of your courage, your discipline, and your self-respect. Every time you resist the urge to chase, explain, or accommodate casual treatment, you are reinforcing the principle that your energy and your attention are reserved for those who demonstrate real commitment. You are showing that your love is not cheap, your care is not disposable, and your presence is not optional. And as you practice this, the transformation is undeniable. Your confidence grows, your boundaries strengthen, and your relationships either elevate to a new level of respect or end, making room for what is truly aligned with your worth.